The Xtreme Bpm guys. Tuesdays and Fridays, 8 p.m. East African time. That's when we get to do this, where we get to talk to people that make the music. In between the week, Monday to Friday, 1 to 2 p.m., we premiere a lot of music on the show. That is the Just Mix Show. And since by popular demand, we decided to create also a Spotify playlist for the Just Mix Show. So you can go and check out the Just Mix Show Top New 100. So we keep updating it every time we premiere music on the show, and we get it over there on the Spotify playlist. All that can be got by the link in my bio. Go to at DJ Mark Xtreme on Instagram, Twitter, and all that. You can get the link in my bio and you'll get to that. So this week, we are talking to an interesting artist that we premiered on the show. We just premiered her new single, and we shall be talking to her. Her name is Aleksandra. She's on the show. She's a super girl. She has an EP called Supergirl. So let's welcome the super girl to the show. Welcome to the show. How are you doing? How is everything for you?
Thank you for having me here. And that's actually the fabulous introduction you just did. Girl.
Yes,
I'm doing great. Thank you. How about you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. And so, what is interesting is this: we've had when we were going to do this, I was watching. There's a video on YouTube. Still Care, right?
Yeah, Still Care for You.
Yes. How fun was making that video?
Oh, that was actually a lot of fun. We were very tight in schedule. So actually I collaborated. The music video producer is a very good colleague of mine from Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. And I knew that he's gonna do a great job of filming that music video, but we had very tight schedule because we are very busy and he's very busy, and studio time is so, like it's hard to book the studio. And we actually filmed that within 5 hours.
What, 5 hours? That's how long you took to film that video?
Yeah, we filmed it in 5 hours. So it was like me going one by one, scene after scene, and it was like so hot. I was literally dripping. And after each scene, he was like, "Oh, first scene done, cut." And I was like running, change clothes. And on the second scene, I don't know, do you remember? I was standing inside of this circle, like giant circle, and I wear a leather top and leather pants, and it was so hot. It took me so much time to put this leather pants on me. Like, do you remember Friends TV show?
Yes.
Yeah, like Ross tried to take the leather pants off when he was sweating.
Yeah.
So like I had the same similar feelings by the time. So that was a lot of fun.
So easily you could have auditioned for Friends at the time.
Sorry?
So easily you could have auditioned for Friends at the time.
After that, definitely. I could relate.
Yeah, so interesting. So we were talking about Still Care. It's available on YouTube. You can go and check that out, guys. The video is available. You can go and see it. So let's see how it's all this journey starts for you, right? You were born in Moscow, that is in Russia, right?
Yeah, it's a capital of Russia. So you want to know about my background, right? Nationality.
Yes, absolutely.
That's so confusing. Get ready. So I was born in Russia, in the capital of Russia, in Moscow, but I'm ethnically from another country. I'm from Georgia, and this is like tiny country next to Turkey and Armenia. Tiny but very proud of their culture. Like Georgia is actually very, very old country. Like we have 26th century history and stuff like that. And so my parents emigrated to Russia during Soviet Union, and I was born in Moscow. And when I was 26 years old, like let's say it was 7 years ago, I decided to move abroad. So I moved to China, and I lived in China for 5 years. And then I moved to America from China in the middle of pandemic.
Oh, so you moved? You relocated to America in the middle of the pandemic. That is 2020, right?
2020. Yes. So I left China after outbreak happened, because like everybody was panicking and they were like, "Oh my God, like epidemic is happening. By the time it was not pandemic, so I've decided to leave China, and then my fiance, my boyfriend proposed, and we've relocated from China to America.
So the proposal was the link between you relocating after the earthquake and everything else added in.
Yes. So actually, my boyfriend, my husband, was preparing for proposal very like he was preparing really like he wanted to make it perfect. But then outbreak happens, everything messed up. So he proposed me already during pandemic, and we got married in Mexico.
Wow.
I know. I'm so sorry. It is confusing. And my husband is not American. My husband is Australian. So, shortly speaking, I'm Russian born Georgian who lived in China and moved to America with her Australian husband.
And wedded in Mexico.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's interesting. And that's very interesting. So we were talking about, how your background and all that. But then you had an interesting part. You come from a dysfunctional family, like a lot of us, by the way.
Oh, I'm so
So
sorry.
yeah, so it's a lot of us. But I think maybe from your perspective, since we have you on the show, what do you think at the time when all this was going on, and you had to, because you at that point you have to be an adult before you actually an adult, right?
Yeah.
Are you the oldest in the family?
Yes.
Yeah, so that is even the way it comes up on you. So at the time, what do you think that pushed you to be? What did it change for you? What do you feel like you missed at the time when you were forced to be an adult at an early age?
The question is, what do I miss from that time?
Do you feel like you missed something? You missed going through a certain stage of life because you were forced to?
Oh, of course, there are a lot of things I was missing.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you for noticing that I'm an oldest child. I can feel you really can relate. And unfortunately, there are many children growing up in families like that. And it is not easy and it's not fun topic, but it is what it is. You never choose, right? You should adapt and survive in situation like that.
Yeah.
So of course I missed a lot. I missed childhood. Like I remember I had a very short childhood. Only when I was going visiting my grandmother, she was like actually giving me this opportunity to be a kid, like go out and have fun with friends and don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that was like from like till 8 years old or something. And after that, I was forced to grow up very quickly. So I miss being a child. Actually, just recently, I bought myself Barbie doll. I bought myself Barbie doll because I remember when I was a kid, I really was dreaming about that, and I couldn't afford to have one. And I got my Barbie doll just when I'm like 34-year-old, and I was crying as a child when I got that Barbie doll because there was so much troubles when we were a kid. We didn't have time to play.
Yeah, unfortunately. And you're forced to, because everyone else, all your siblings are looking to you for a solution. You're also saying, hey, I'm one of you. I'm just I'm the only exception is that I'm one of you. So you decide, interestingly, I read you decided to take custody of your other siblings, which are, I think there are 3 of them, right?
Yeah, that's very correct. I was a guardian of my younger brother. My sister and I, we had 1.5 year differences. So, like legally, you cannot take custody for a sibling younger, just only for 1.5 year. And by that point, when I was already like 18 years old, my sister was 16, and she already moved to my place. But I didn't need to legally, sign any documents because she was grown up enough.
Yeah.
But when it comes for my brother, because he's younger, 10 years old, 10 years younger than I am, he was 10 years old by that time. And I really needed legally to get the documents done. And it was a hell to get that. Just imagine 20-year-old young girl trying to get custody for younger siblings. It is very like I didn't know anything, and every time I come to some government facility to explain. People didn't take me serious because I'm so young, you know.
Yeah.
That's not easy.
Yeah. So you managed to do that, but then also you are trying to take custody of your younger brother, and then you become a mother too.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was back and forth. I tried to take custody for my brother once when he was like a little bit early, younger, but I was 18 by the time, and I wasn't able to do that financially, so nobody gave me custody. So second time I applied for custody, I was 20 years old, and it started like process get started, but it took like so much time. So by the time I became a mother, young mother, when I took full custody of my brother, he was 14 by that time. Like, I mean, the documents, while I made everything happen, my brother was 14 by the time, and my daughter 4 years old by the time, and
Oh,
I was 24.
wow. Wow. But then, you need, I know you've inside you, of course, you feel satisfaction that you managed to do this. But do you ever how did it ever feel like a lonely place at the time, because you really have to take care of everyone else except yourself? Because every time you're thinking about your daughter, then you're thinking about your younger brother, then everyone is looking up to you, and you still have to make sure you keep pushing forward. So you have to be stronger inside to take care of the other people, so that they can't see any weakness in you at the time. Did you feel like that at the time?
I have one quick question. Are you oldest child too?
Yes, I am.
Oh, we are in one team. You know what I'm talking about. You know, unfortunately, I actually didn't had time to think how lonely I feel. I didn't had any time to think how I feel. I was constantly going to the work, coming from the work, taking care about my child, taking care of my brother, then going to the facility to try and get some documents done, then going to the work. I barely slept. So I was in the long-term stress many years, and I tried to keep myself together so I didn't have panic attacks or some craziness happening. So honestly, I haven't feel lonely because I just don't know what I was feeling except stress. Yeah, but I started feeling lonely later, you know, when stress gone and I had more time to take a breath. And I was like, damn, I this is not me should doing this. This is should my parents doing that. And I mean, not all of us are lucky to get good parents, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But at the end of the day, you turned out to be a super girl and took care of everyone. And here we are now. We go to the fun part. But you did amazing, and I think your siblings are proud of you, and your daughter is proud of what you did in their life. So
Thank you. That's very nice of you. Thank you. Yeah, I feel kind of like a super girl.
so you end up coming up with an EP that is Supergirl, which is later on. But we shall get into that. So the music side of things, where
Yeah,
did you get the bug? Where did you get
inspiration.
inspiration from? How did this kick off for you?
The question is, how did I get inspiration, right?
Yes. How did you get into music? Yeah.
Before I wrote my EP, my solo EP, I was actually rock singer for many years. So can you imagine like the biography like that, childhood like that? You definitely start to express yourself in music, right? And by the time rock music was very popular, so I was in a lot of like not a lot of like few rock bands before I became a solo singer, and I wrote many songs, but inside of the band. And then when I moved to China and I convert my beliefs and I become pop singer, I mean, I would never actually believe that I would become a pop singer. If you would tell me when I was like 22 that, hey, Alex, you're going to be a pop singer, I would say, how dare you? I'm a rock singer. I will never do that.
I will never be a sellout. I will never be.
And yet, like 10 years later, I'm this pop singer standing with this nice dress, singing these pop songs. But inspiration was very strong because, like, I was thinking, okay, well, I need to put part of my personality into this music. I need to express myself to let my feelings, go come out. I can relieve a little bit and release everything I was, hiding inside me. So I've decided that Supergirl image is the best image I would love to use for this single and for this EP, because women like who went through the same things as I did feel very strong. But honestly, when it comes to relationships, we finally want to relax and we want our spouse, our partner, um, like it comes to all gender relationships, like LGBTQ community or just I don't know. Everybody wants love. Everybody wants support, and I felt like I just want to be that girl, who is loved. And even if I will not be a supergirl, is there actually any human in this world who gonna just love me the way I am?
Yeah.
So the probably song is about that.
So Supergirl is that deep. That EP is that deep for you, right?
Yes, yes.
So in between there, you singing in rock bands and all that. You move when you relocated to China, which you called converting to do pop music. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
So when you move to China, and it's a different scene, right, from what you have been at the time. Where were you living when you're still in the rock bands?
Yes, so in Russia, I was in rock bands and we were pretty popular in locally. Like we never been the band like recognized by the whole country, but we were pretty popular in our town and in our city and our area region. So like we were recognizable. And by the time, like because like rock music didn't they actually give you money and I had two kids to take care of, I was forced to work and go and do music. So I remember like on Fridays and Saturdays we performed in rock clubs, but it was never paid. So I was working as by that time actually I had an already good job. I succeed in career and I was like a branch manager and I was making good money by the time. But I got so depressed because like, hey, I am taking care about my family and I am not making any money by music. I'm making career which I don't really need. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to change my life.
Yeah.
So I've decided to quit my good job, take my brother by the time was already 18 years old, so he started studying at college.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I have my daughter, my brother is already grown up, and finally I can live life for myself. And I told my family that I'm leaving country and they were like, hey Alex, you can do that. And I took my child and we moved to China and I made my dream come true and finally became professional singer. By that, what I mean that I was making money only by doing music and I was able to provide for my daughter being musician. Thank you, China. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and interestingly, in China, you managed to form an a cappella group too, right?
Oh yes, that was such an incredible experience. Thank you for thank you for these amazing questions you're doing. You're doing such a great job. A cappella band. Yes, we were first international a cappella band in that region of China. We lived next to Hong Kong, and actually we ended up being in a newspaper. So we got interviewed by Shenzhen Daily. It was interviewed because they were so interested that we are Chinese foreign band,
Yeah.
So we had band members from all over the place. We had American band members, Canadian, Russian, Italian. We had also Chinese band members, and we had one member from Nigeria.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we had like all over the place. I'm so sorry if I missed someone because actually we had 10 people band, but some members was coming and living all the time. So it was really like difficult. Like it, I'm nervous a little bit, so it's really difficult to uh, keep everything at the place. So we had different mm, members from different countries, and I was very proud of that.
Yes, and how did it feel like you leave your career behind, go and decide to pursue music, which is what you wanted to do, and you move into a new country? How was it? How fast did you quickly start living off music as a musician professionally? How long did it take you?
It took me, after I moved to China, it took me 1 year to start fully being a musician. Um, it was it was not easy, but I was very inspired. You know, the most difficult part was that I didn't know for sure that that's possible.
Okay.
Because if I would be just only me, single girl, it's easier. You know, you can just whenever you want, and all you need just feed yourself, right?
Yeah.
But when you have responsibilities, child, and you need to give education to the child, so you move with the daughter, and you need to provide education like school and pay for that school and like housing, and it's not gonna be a little room somewhere. It should be a good apartment. You can, with garden, your child can enjoy life, you know, while you're trying to approach your dream. So it was tough. And on the way, I was not sure that that's possible. But I was like, I have only one life. And if I will not do this, nobody gonna do this for me.
Yes.
So I was like trying my best, and it come out. It's possible. It's possible. I got something what I was not even hoping for. So in the end of the day, after hard working, I really got results. I was performing for biggest concert possible. I was on television. I mean, I never became like star in China, but I was very like top singer in that like part of China. And China is huge, and I was on television. I was on the best shows. I was on even the high scraper opening, and I was like, oh my god, this is possible. And I just wanted to tell everybody, hey people, it is possible. Just go for it. It is possible. It is not easy, but you can do it. So yes.
Managed to build your career in China as a successful musician, and you're able to live off that professionally. You weren't doing any other job at all.
No, I was doing only music, and I was so proud of myself.
Yeah, you should be. You should be. There's no,
Uh,
I think there's no better feeling than when you start making an income of something that you like doing, because it doesn't feel like it's a job.
oh no, no, it is it is the most beautiful part you can actually do. You, if you can make money, no, not if. When you start making money by something you love, you're not only a person who is doing his best to provide or her best to provide the best product, you are also growing, and your mindset is changing, and you're inspiring people around you. There are many people who will tell you that it is impossible, but I know this is wrong. You should follow your dreams. And if you're good at something, no matter what, you're good of baking, or you're good with raising children, or you're good with making something insane, you should like you know, business project or startup, you should go for it. This is what I'm gonna say all the time. You just follow your dream. You're gonna make it. Like, of course, you need to learn a lot of management,
Yeah,
like you need to
absolutely.
manage your work, but as soon as you get it, you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you made your EP Supergirl, and which has you even have a video for the song Supergirl.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So in the beginning, when I started performing in China as a singer, I realized that there's something else I'm interested to do also, rather than music. And it was not because I needed money. I got plenty of money from my music finally. Uh, but I've decided to start. Thank you.
Yeah, you know, when you do something you love and you're able to make a living off it and say, hey, I actually made money off this.
I've started to film in videos, mostly musical videos. Like, for example, all singers need to have some little reels and some, singing covers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I started filming videos little by little. And my friends got very inspired. They were in film industry, and we started collaborating together. And actually, I formed my video production team there in China later, like maybe like 2 years, like 2 3 years later, I formed my video production team. So music video Supergirl was filmed by my video production team, and it was our first music video. And now I can, looking back now, I can see some stuff what I would actually fix. But at that time it was the best we could do.
Yeah. Yeah, because now after that, you've seen a lot, you've learned a lot along the journey. You feel like, oh no, I feel I can do some tweaking here and there, but hey, do that for the next video.
Yeah, but this is the process you learn on the way. But I'm very proud of music video, and I will tell you why. For that music video, we had 25 people models and actors who was and musicians who was acting for that music video. And we had 7 people, a video production crew. And I'm so proud of this because all of people who took part of it did this for free. They did this just to support me as an artist because they believed in me. And I am so thankful. I gave all credits to everyone who took part, even managers who was, managing the actors moved from another location. So all I did, I paid for studio, for equipment, I paid for meal and transfer, and tried my best to make the shooting fun and interesting for people, and for costumes. But salaries, everyone said, hey Alex, we just want you to achieve your dreams. So that was a huge support for me.
Yeah, those small things, along your career can even help you. You might find at the time maybe things were not that great in terms of growth in career, and then someone says, oh, we are going to do a video for free, and then you're like, oh no, I still need to work on this. Now I'm going. No backing down at all, no stopping. Let me keep going at the end of the day. But go ahead. Yeah.
So sorry. I just think that every job should be paid, and by that time, I accepted this offer because I was a single mom in China, foreign country, and I did had money, but the people told me that it's better I would invest this money into promoting my music and make it happen. They said like this is a small thing for them, they would like to give support. And since that, when I grow my base, I just invest all money into the music, and now I am able to afford to pay for musicians, for people. So every time I create new project, I have budget to pay for everybody because I'm an independent artist and I can manage my money now. But it's like after so many years, it took me a long time to grow like that.
Absolutely. Which is amazing too, when you get to a point where you can be able to spend out of your pocket, and because it's always good to pay for people, especially if you are an artist and you've been in the arts business, you understand the struggle, you understand that building your career to a point where you can be able to earn is so much hard work that whenever you make it to some place, when you meet someone and you're working with them, you know the journey that they are on, and you can relate. So you easily say, no, I will not let you work for free. I'll definitely pay for that.
Yeah, that's actually very good. And this is what I do now for my daily time for next projects, by the way.
Yeah, which is interesting. So guys, Supergirl is up on YouTube. You can go and check that out and watch it. It's coming from Aleksandra, right? Go on YouTube. It's available. You'll be able to catch that. So so that was the EP. So then you move back to the US, relocate, and I know we have a new single that we shall be getting into, which is Too Good to Be True, right?
Yeah.
But we shall be talking about that. That's a brand new single that is out right now, guys, that we premiered on the show, and I encourage you to go and stream it and check it out. Okay. So before we get to Too Good to Be True, so you relocate to the US. What why live a successful career in China? You are stable, you're able to make money as a musician professionally, which doesn't happen for a lot of independent artists most of the time. You are able to live off music professionally. Why live a career in China and then move back to the US?
First, I met my husband in China, and we fell in love. And he lives in Silicon Valley. He lived in like San Francisco and Silicon Valley Bay Area, and worked here. And he asked me, would I like to move to America with him? What I should say that actually the whole world music industry, like, what I wouldn't say based in America, but what I'm trying to say is that American pop music has a big influence for the whole world, right?
Yes.
Like, who are my favorite singers? Lady Gaga, she's American,
Okay.
and I love Adele. She's from Great Britain, but she is also, I think, based in America. There are a lot of like Madonna, and even like when I was a little kid, I listened the Backstreet Boys. So like a lot of American music has a big influence on the whole world. And I was thinking would be great to be part of this industry, to learn from inside. And I think China gives an amazing opportunities, great opportunities. But the major native language of China is Chinese, different dialects of Chinese, right? And I speak Chinese, but very like, I would say, very basic. And English is my third language, Chinese my fourth language, and Russian and Georgian is primarily the native language I speak. And I felt like Asian culture is interesting, but a little bit. Uh, there are some things really need to, like, you cannot go get used to some cultural stuff. I'm not saying they are bad or are good. They're just some culture which is a little bit different from mine. And American culture is so diverse, so different. And there are a lot of Russian culture in America, in Russian influence. There are a lot of Italian, European, like different, because in America people are immigrants from all over the place, right? So I found that I feel like a home at here, and I think grow here as a musician. It's going to be an amazing opportunity, right? And finally, my music is in English actually. And
Yes.
finally, I live in the country where I sing songs in the same language. This is important for me.
Yeah. So you decided to move to the US. So we have a new project, which is Too Good to Be True, right?
Yes. Too Good to Be True is one of the songs which is from that same EP. And this song, this is actually my favorite song. And with that song, we filmed with this song, I'm going to film soon a live music video in the recording studio.
Oh.
Yes, so that was so nice of you to pay attention to this song. Thank you for interest you had to that. With that song, I already hired a full band of session musicians. It's gonna be 2 backing singers, amazing piano player, amazing guitar, a drummer, bass player. By the way, I tried to keep my team very diverse, so we have a lot of ladies plays instrument and men playing instrument. But what I was trying to say is that, for example, I have a female drummer and a female piano player, which is amazing. I love it because girls should be rocking sometimes too. So that's amazing. I would say that in musician wise, it's mostly male dominated, but when you see the lady play an instrument, it is just amazing. So yes, we're gonna have recording in the studio in Auckland. It is next city to San Francisco in March 19th. So I hope till the end of middle of April, I will be able to post my live performance of Too Good to Be True.
Oh, nice. So you're going all out for Too Good to Be True because it's an amazing song too. That's why I just played it on the show. It's an amazing song. So Too Good to Be True is coming. The video for that is coming out later on in probably April.
April, yes, I think so. Yes, I'm very excited about that because meanwhile on my Viva channel, I have two music videos, which is Supergirl music video and Still Care for You music video.
Yeah.
And for this time, I would love to show how my music sounds when it's live, when it's real,
Perfect.
and when you're sharing this feeling with musicians, with incredible musicians. And I am so thankful for having this chance to play with them my song.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how this goes because you record a live video. So people, I think it will be interesting for people to watch you, and it will be actually it is a good way to introduce yourself after going back to the US and going to the US. Sorry, I'm saying going back, but going to the US, located,
Yes.
and introducing yourself by, hey, the first video you do is actually you in the studio with real musicians playing instruments and you performing live, so you can easily demonstrate what a live show would be for you if you are at an event and you are performing.
It's actually a very big project for me, for all musicians to put together the live, legitimate live performance in the studio. It's a big thing. I saved budget. The music, the money I made from music, I fully invested into this project. So I pay salaries for session musicians, for studio rental, uh, like for arranging everything. We're gonna have rehearsal in advance. So I am very proud of this project because as a musician, having live, good quality live studio recording, it is like big step of my life. It's like get the degree in the university.
Yes. Yeah, and it's amazing. We can't wait to check that out. The single out, though the single is out, guys, too good to be true on all streaming platforms. You can go and check that out from Aleksandra, right? Go check that out and stream it. And stream the EP too, Supergirl, okay?
Thank you so
Stream the
much.
whole entire EP, okay? And then there are videos that are already out, Still Care and Supergirl, that are all available on YouTube. Go watch those. So now, as I was preparing for this, I have one question that is interesting. How big is your kitchen?
My kitchen is huge now. This is my favorite part of the house. I love cooking. I love cooking for my family. Oops.
Oh, so
uh, and my kitchen is very big. If you want, I can show you.
this we need to see this kitchen, because guys, if you didn't see this, you can go to her IG. If you're listening to this and probably you're not watching it on video, on her IG there is a video about her kitchen. It is wow. Okay.
Let me turn some lights on. Yeah, do you know that Vogue interview when they walk through the house? Welcome to our house. This is, I just got the food delivery from Jesse and Lorraine. And, I just said that I love cooking and this is food delivery. But I really do love cooking. Listen, look. I have this stove with the six, what is it called? Sorry, my English is not my first language, so I don't know what is it called. And my favorite fridge. So yeah, this is the kitchen. It's very bright, so I like spending time here. I sit here and work sometimes.
Yeah, anyone can, guys, go on socials and on her Instagram, you'll check out the video, and woo, that looks amazing though.
This is I should be thanking me and my husband for working on this house. We just bought this house 4 months ago, and we are very proud of this because it's a big step in our family life. This is our first house in America as a family, so we are very proud of that.
There you go. Like how they would do effects of clapping when they just click on the effects. Now we just do this.
Thank you. That was an amazing question. Thank you for asking. It's unexpected, surprising question.
That was interesting. So now this is the brand new year. I know you're working on your video, Too Good to Be True. What else can people expect from you for this year? This is the start of the year. That's the interesting part. The pandemic looks like we are getting used to a point where we can actually have shows and things can go on. People are trying to adjust and learning how to live with this. So what are your plans for this year as far as music goes?
I think So this is not like improvised. I already put together a plan for next year, and I'm not working alone. By the way, first time I work with my very good colleague. He is helping me to manage my musical career. He is my good friend at the first place, and I don't know, did I mention or not? I have pretty big social media following in Russian social media as a blogger. And some of my followers became my listeners because they like my personality, they like my music. So like from 500,000 following, I have some amount of people who is listening to my music. And since I had this blog, it is sometimes hard to manage time. So I have my good friend helping me to work with everything. So we sat down with him, and we decided to make a plan for the whole year. So for this year, I want to release 5 more singles, and I think like maybe 4 or 5 remixes for my songs, and I think one more music video. And the biggest plan when it comes to live performances is I already perform in San Francisco, but mostly I perform my songs, but mostly it's like gigs, like I perform cover songs and my songs too. But my goal is to start performing for festivals as an original artist only with my music. So I would like to be featured at some local places to perform my music, and live videos I'm going to film on the studio of Too Good to Be True. Gonna be the video I'm going to apply for different festivals, and hopefully I get approved for some of those. As an independent artist, you need to work hard to get into the closed door.
And when you get into the closed door, how proud of yourself you become.
I've become very proud of myself, of my team, my friend, and my family who gives me so much support.
That's one thing that people usually forget, because I've met a lot of musicians that are probably on the way up, and I always tell them, you can be very talented, you can have all these things, but you can't do everything. Okay, when you have the talent, the first thing you have to pray to get first is making sure you have a good team. Because if the team is really good and they want it as much as you want it, or sometimes even want it more for you than you want it, there are days where you feel like things are not moving straight, but they will help you get through those days, and they will easily, help you, and you'll maneuver through. People usually think they can do it by themselves. No, you cannot do it.
That's true. How do you know about this? So you are a radio host. Do you also have like music, your own music?
Yeah, because I have worked with some musicians too before, and I'm actually, the difference between me is that I know how to DJ too. So sometimes there are a few gigs I'll play at that I would get to play at, and then I'm a radio host, but who is very active, that will go with artists behind the scenes, will go to studios and see how. So I really know what goes on behind the scenes. So I'm not like only at the station and I sit down and say, oh no, Alex put out that song, it's not really good. It's not a good song. Then you just move on to the next one. But you really don't know that there's hard work that goes on behind the scenes, that even if you don't like something, it's okay to say, hey, maybe it's not for me, and then you move on to what you think you can support, other than saying, oh no, that's a terrible song, this is that. And then because you're seated behind a microphone and you don't know that what you say, actually Alex might be listening in at that time, you really shatter the courage that she had even to go back to studio and work on something else, because they think it's, sometimes people that are not active, they think it's easy. But I've been to studio sessions where people are there like all night and still things don't work out, and they're like, you know what, let's try this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you go. And so
I am so happy to hear what you're saying. It is so inspiring when you talk to someone who is so into it. Thank you for being this person who is really like listen to music, really listen to music.
yeah,
This is important. It's not like, oh, this is not mainstream. This is not, I mean, nothing wrong being mainstream. It's good thing to be mainstream, right? And I try to be mainstream, but it is nice when somebody is so creative and so honest. So thank you. I think I can speak for all of our independent artists. Thank you for being such a wonderful, wonderful person who is so into music.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you guys for creating. That's what I like. I like doing this.
Yes, that's true. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for coming on. I really had a great time. But so we are looking forward to new singles this year. You have a video that is coming out soon. For people that want to follow you on socials and all that, where would you direct them?
Uh, I think you can go to check my website, or whenever, if you are listening to Spotify, there are links to social media. I have actually two Instagrams, which is one Russian and one English. Whenever you guys follow me on Russian Instagram, and if you don't understand Russian, you just DM me, and I will move you to my English Instagram, where it's more musical stuff. Because like, I grew the blog, lifestyle blog for Russian audience, and I don't know how to switch or how combine this. This is so tough. So you guys just DM me, and whenever social media you will find on my website or on my Spotify account, and I will direct you to the right places. Like, depends from language group. If you're a Russian speaker, I will move you to Russian social media. If you're English speaker, I will move you to English speaking social media.
But it's yeah, it's been great, having the chat and having you on the show, definitely. And too good to be true, guys. That's the new single.
Thank you so much. That was such a pleasure to talk to you today.
It was great talking to you too.